Well, here we are again, ladies and gentlemen, and there's an empty space on the couch, and yeah, an empty space and a half. I mean, Ben's not here and Chico's not here.
Oh.
So, Ben is not feeling well right now. We're actually going to be doing a live stream a little bit later on, and hopefully he'll be here. But if not, hey, we wish you well, Ben. We hope you get to feeling better. But anyway, we are going to be watching the Black Panther trailer, number 1. We watched the teaser trailer, which was awesome.
Yep.
And it opened us up to this world. It showed us the visuals that they were going for.
They did Panther so well in Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited for this movie.
Well, his movement, even the little soundtrack bits they had, like that little pan flute that they used to signify him arriving on the scene.
What was so cool is looking at pictures on set, because some of the movements in the suits and stuff, because they're so extreme, there are some things that they have to CG in. So for example, some of the Spider-Man suits, his eyes are CG, so it's an open mask. So you see
you see his eyes.
I'm gonna say Tom Welling. That's Superman.
Tom
Holland.
Hilton. Tom Holland. Yeah.
Okay. But the Black Panther suit, it's just the suit. The only thing that's different is it doesn't have the silver over the eyes. That's it. That's all they changed.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the suit is the suit. Because Iron Man, it's a lot of it is CG.
Oh yeah.
And they do a good job, so you don't tell. But and I think that helps a lot going towards the character. Is he is the character. There are no add-ons. What you see is what.
And plus, Boseman does a lot of the martial arts and stunt work himself, the fight scenes, the stunt jumps and everything. They bring in other stunt people for that.
Well, sure. I mean, you don't want to derail your A-list, because anybody can roll an ankle.
Yeah, but Chadwick Boseman dedicated himself to this and has just outright just blown the doors off of what is possible with the Black Panther character in the cinematic universe. And now we have the Black Panther movie, which they got a great director, Ryan Coogler. They got a great cast: Angela Bassett, Lupita Nyong'o, Diana Guiri, Michael B. Jordan. I think Forrest Whitaker's in this as well. Great cast, and also returning Andy frickin' Serkis as Ulysses Claw, and I'm wondering if he's going to actually get his claw appendage in this.
I would imagine he has to. I mean,
in order for him to compete with Black Panther, I'd say he probably has to.
Because I didn't really know the character that well in Ultron, and I was like, man, Andy Serkis is so cool, and I was like, they just wrote him out fast because he got his arm chopped off,
Yeah.
So I was like, but I mean, obviously, it's the Marvel Universe, so someone can come back from that. They obviously put a tourniquet on it and got him some help or something.
Yeah, and got him probably a regular robotic arm. But the claw that he actually gets, I'm interested to see if they're going to add other functionalities to it, like they've done with some other some other things in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And oh man, I'm very excited to see this. I can't wait. It just dropped today, so we're getting a little bit of a drop on this. So hope you're happy about that. Anyway, let's get the trailer on screen. Boop. And let's give it a watch, shall we?
I have seen gods fly. I've seen men build
I think that's Martin Freeman.
that I couldn't even imagine.
Oh, look at these visuals, man.
I've seen aliens drop from the sky. Yeah. But I have never seen anything like this. How much more are you hiding?
That's none of your damn business.
Oh.
Yeah. They're kind of going with the veil from Wonder Woman.
My son, it is your time.
Angela Bassett, yes.
You get to
Lupita
decide
Nyong'o.
what kind of king you are going to be.
There they are.
Don't freeze.
Diana Guiri.
Whoa.
Here we go. Uh-oh. Revolution 1. There he is, Michael B. Jordan. Yes.
happens now determines what happens
Oh, snap.
Oh, shit.
to the rest of the world.
That's Gil Scott-Heron. That's a remix. Yes!
There it is.
Oh, nice.
Oh, man.
Grind it out. Yes!
Oh.
The revolution will not be televised by Gil Scott-Heron. That, I wonder what remix that is. I'd like to find that. And that's coming a lot sooner than I expected. February, which I don't think Deadpool 2 will be ready by then. I don't think they're going to be able to speed through production quick enough to get it out by February. You know, try and do every 2 years. Try and do 2 years later.
Mm-hmm.
But February, I think, is like I think they were surprised with how much Deadpool made in February. And I think if they release this in February, I think it'll have pretty much the same effect, because this is a superhero that a lot of people have been waiting for a long time.
Yeah.
Because I've always thought Black Panther was cool. I always thought that T'Challa was a very interesting character, and also,
I mean, he doesn't get as much recognition, but he's kind of like the Marvel Batman.
you said that before,
I mean,
yeah. Actually, I saw someone made a comment in another video where you made that comment. Someone else said, no, Tony Stark's the Batman of the Marvel Universe. No, he's not, because everybody knows Tony Stark is Batman.
Yeah.
Most people don't know Bruce Wayne is Batman.
Well, he's got kind of like this mystique, and it's like, really
it's an animal. It's based upon an animal, too.
Yeah, he's got the archetype, but it's really like the man in the suit. I mean, because he's a really smart guy, but like it comes to a point where you put on a suit and you punch dudes. And it's, it's more, I mean, Tony Stark is super cool, but he relies more on the machine aspect than, his own physicality.
This is true. It's very true. Yeah, where T'Challa is almost all about the physicality. I mean, the suit doesn't, and also, from what I understand, he like infuses like his spirit, and it emboldens his, his body, and like gives him more strength and more, it ups his vitality, his stamina, and makes him tough, and makes his skin tougher.
And I mean, it obviously looks like they're bringing in more of a sci-fi aspect to a lot of it, because his suit had some. I mean, of course, it's made out of like vibranium mesh, so he's like, shrugging off,
bullets,
like
no problem.
from miniguns, and like the Quinjet or whatever.
Oh yeah,
or was it a helicopter? I can't remember.
I think it was a Quinn, maybe.
Because like when he was like chasing the Winter Soldier on the rooftop, and he's just
no, that was a Huey.
Shrugging,
I think that was an Apache.
Okay.
An Apache with a, I think it was I forget what style minigun it was. All right, but
I say minigun, but on a helicopter, it probably wasn't a minigun. It was probably
maybe an M60.
Is an M60 a Gatling gun?
It's a
rotating barrels.
It's an LMG. People modified it to, especially in Vietnam. People used it. They like hung it and had it on a swivel so that they could shoot easier.
But regardless, like, I mean, so he can shrug off bullets with the suit. I mean, because it's super awesome, and he's got claws and stuff. But I don't know where I was going with that. I'm just super excited for this movie.
No. You said they were going with the sci-fi aspect.
Yeah, the sci-fi aspect, because like you saw, it looked like it had some different functionalities. Because like there at the end, like he had like the purple lines tracing along the suit, and vibranium is a pretty sci-fi material, so it wouldn't surprise me if it operated like graphene, where they could like print circuits into it for certain functionality.
I can see that.
And obviously, like now we saw more of like a physical suit. And now, like, this thing can kind of like nanobot materialize around somebody's head.
I think, like the nanite suit that Tony Stark had for a while. It was actually in his bloodstream, and he could actually summon it out whenever he wanted.
Yeah, because I know in the comics, the Extremis arc, he had the implants where he had like an undersuit.
Yeah. That
was stored inside his bones, basically, in the implants, and would just sort of like. And he could control,
I think what they're going to do for this one, I think it's probably going to be like gauntlets or bracelets that he wears for regular protection in the beginning, and then he hits a few buttons,
And something like comes.
and then it comes out over his hand, goes up his arms, and goes up over his head. I think if they do that, that'd be very, very cool.
I hope they don't overuse the effects though, because I just really like something in Civil War how like the suit it's just real.
Like he takes the mask off.
And like I mean most of it was pretty much a complete physical suit, and it just felt real to me.
Well, I get that. I get that, and actually, I think that's the old suit that I think his father wore before him, because it's passed down the line. The Black Panther is the protector of the realm and is also the king, usually.
I don't want to be that guy. I think I like the old design a little bit better.
No. Everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Because I love all the little details on it. This one looks more like a wetsuit to me from what I've seen, the newer one.
I can get that. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how it pans out in the final cut.
It looks tremendous. I always have that fear of when too many effects start creeping in of like the Star Wars prequel trilogy, Michael Bay
where
sort of thing.
Everything in the background is CG.
Yeah.
All the characters are CG. There's no practicality.
So
I get that.
I'm all down for the cool scenes. I just hope it's not too much, but I have faith in them. I mean,
actually, me and Ben had a conversation yesterday. We were talking about it wasn't yesterday. I think it was during one of the streams. We were talking about someone mentioned a Dead Space movie, and I was like, what they should do is they should go to the Stan Winston School and just be like, here, we want you to go into co-production with us. We want you to do good practical makeup effects on the necromorphs, and what we want you to do, what we want to do is potentially add CG on top of it. See, that's a trick that Nolan uses. Nolan uses that all the time.
Yeah.
He said, I always want something to be there.
Right.
Because when you add CG on top of it, that you have that anchor in reality that people know something is still physically there.
Because even as outlandish as like his Two-Face was, like that was awesome.
Oh yeah, well,
and just so unnerving.
Well, yeah, they actually like did the tracer dots on the face for the CG, and they actually like did the digital mapping onto his face like that, and that was beautiful how they did that.
Or even like the new Planet of the Apes movies.
Oh yeah,
I think we're really well done. The ones I've seen.
The facial tracking and the motion capture for the apes that a lot of people didn't. Okay, for me the Planet of the Apes, the new Planet of the Apes films got better and better and better. To me, my favorite is War for Planet of the Apes, because
that's the latest one, right?
Yeah, that's the most recent one.
I never got to see
Dawn
that
was
one.
my favorite one before, because Rise had that that had some great moments in it. It had the moment, which
terrifying.
made everybody collectively shit their pants.
Yeah.
And then and then in War for Planet of the Apes, you had a very low subtlety with some scenes. It's just like Andy Serkis like hanging up in the trees waiting for the herd of deer to come by, and he's just sitting there, and you see his eyes and you see the intensity, and also the tank scene as well. The tank scene it was great action set pieces combined with a good story that just engrossed you. And War does the same thing. War actually ups the ante even more.
I mean, they're smart. I think they did a good job picking Andy Serkis, because Andy Serkis to me, he's up there with like Tom Woodruff Jr. I mean, because Tom Woodruff Jr. He was in a lot of those monster suits back in the day for Stan Winston School. Like, you never, like back in the day, you didn't know who he was really, but he was there.
Oh yeah,
and he was the guy making the movie. Yeah, like because it's like without the monster, the movie didn't work.
No, it didn't.
So he's kind of like that for me.
Okay,
because I mean, there's a reason why they pick him for this stuff. I mean, it's just tremendous work. I mean,
and to get back on the subject of Black Panther, the special. I hope that you're right, and they keep practical effects there. And they do the CG on top of it. I hope that's what they do. But if not, I guess we'll have to see.
I mean, there's some stuff I understand, because you have the vision for a scene, but if it's just too dangerous to pull off, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, but it looks good. Like when he like wall kicks off the building and then like just reams out that tire.
Yeah,
I mean, that is awesome.
Beautiful. And just throws the tire to the side like, whoa.
Because it's like, it's this idea of like, you have a suit made out of this like fantastic metal that's
unbreakable,
pretty much impervious. I mean, just the idea of like being able to put this on and literally just break the world in it, just run through anything.
Yeah.
I mean, is super cool.
Yeah, definitely. I agree 100%.
I mean, and honestly, that's the bottom line. Like, I love like good writing. I love cool characters, but it's like at the basis of like comic books. I mean, there's like this sort of like childlike wonder aspect of it's just cool.
Well, the rule of cool always permeates through in some films. I mean, that's just like John Wick, even though it's considered like one of the most realistic action films in terms of the action and gunplay and like physicality. Stahelski and Leitch.
It's just cool.
Yeah, they just said it's the rule of cool, man. If
the music was cool, the outfits were cool, the action was cool. It just, I mean,
everything was just great. Everything was really well done, and they had the cool edge to it because of a lot of the some stuff that in the real world doesn't make sense. But when thinking about it in terms of a movie aspect in cinema, it's cool.
Yeah.
And the rule of cool can permeate through to this. I think it does permeate through to this because Chadwick Boseman, and plus you've got these amazing character designs. Dinah Guerri with her hairstyle and also the stick fighting and spears.
I don't know who the art director is for this, but like, man.
Oh yeah.
It looks so good.
It does, and I can't wait to see it.
And it's weird to see like almost like traditional like African tribal designs with like this super
high tech,
like hi-fi or sci-fi, like
sci-fi technology.
Because like with in the fictional Marvel universe, like they have like a vibranium deposit, which is the coolest material ever, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, it's just like okay. It depends on the discovery and the implementation. You see, discovery and implementation are two completely different aspects of scientific advancement.
Right.
You see, we discovered steam engine works back in the time of Socrates.
This is how to put it into practice.
Well, yeah, but we didn't have a way to put it into practice. All the pieces were there. It's just nobody thought of it. And we operated on pretty much horse and carriage and physical means and water-based means.
There are examples of like, what it was either, I think it was in Egypt where they had like jars of acid where they made like primitive batteries, but they just didn't know how to implement it.
Yeah, and you see that's their implementation. You see their discovery and implementation. It depends on how they're able to implement it.
Yeah,
because we don't know the full extent of what vibranium is capable of doing. I mean, if vibranium is capable, like some metals, of like holding energy. If it's capable of holding energy, and they were able to figure out how to put energy in it, then hey, you got mobile power right there, and you're able to do a litany of things with that.
It's kind of cool how this idea of like it's almost like like Lost City of Atlantis in West Africa, where it's like they have this Gulch thing where it's like it's hidden from the outside world, and they fly through like this like hologram bubble.
Yeah, the veil bubble. Yeah.
So I totally dig it. That's very Atlas Shrugged in a way, where it's like, oh, we have this like hologram hiding this valley with this really cool technology. So I totally dig it.
All right, so I think that's gonna do it, ladies and gentlemen. That was the Black Panther trailer number 1. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to check out our Discord and our Patreon, where you can see more of that awesomeness and this sort of awesomeness. I don't know. And I guess until next time, I'm Nate.
Micah.
And we'll see you later, everyone. Peace out.